Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you something absolutely vile that you can do. First, I want to say thank you to Murdermouth, who has left a nice comment on my Chaos Knights / Chaos Demons video about how you found me, and, nice words that you like the things that come out of my mouth. That's not what you said, but I had to make it weird, because why not, right? Anywho, I was sitting on this video for a while. I wasn't going to do it because if I'm being quite honest, the orc videos felt not worth it in a way. Nobody seemed to like it. There weren't comments. There were some views, but I should also say, before anybody thinks it's all about the views, I don't get paid for this. This is just me yapping for creativity's sake, right? So it just felt like it was tossing ideas into the void. When I look at other people's list, it's like, no, I want to take some war bosses, some knobs, some boys, a couple of battle wagons, some trucks, call it a day, right? So it felt kind of hopeless to talk about things you could bring. Also, there's a lot of orc content creators. So you don't really need little old me to say anything, but I do appreciate that some people appreciate the discussion about these type of things. So today, the thing I want to talk about is probably confusing, given what I think future me has put on the thumbnail. Who knows what I've done? But let's go back to the MFM that happened recently, and how points drops happened for a lot of things across the board, including boys. You already know where I'm going once I say boys. For 10 models, it's 80 points. For 20 models, 160. When you hear boys, you already know we're talking about Green Tide. Something that absolutely dominated the orc meta, and kind of the meta overall, for a solid month or two, right? Then it got hit, and nobody played it for 3 months, and we're going on a month of nobody playing it once more. It is understandable that people see how tough something gets hit and they drop it, right? We're talking about how the invulnerable save used to be better, things of that nature. It also seems weird that, as a, I guess, thank you for telling me to make this video, that I'm talking about something that you might lose friends over, okay? The Green Tide, if you decide to do this idea against your friends, I can't be held responsible. And if it doesn't really work in a GT, I still can't be held responsible. Viewer discretion is advised, I guess. I don't know. The Green Tide makes it so that each time an attack targets a boys unit from your army, models in that unit have a 6-up invulnerable save against that attack, no matter what the fuck the attack is. Each time an attack targets a boys unit from your army that contains 10 or more models, models in that unit have a 5-up invulnerable save against that attack. Fine and dandy, okay? Fine and dandy. That makes it so that they already are annoying, and you can even bring them back with Come On Lads, returning up to D3 plus 2 destroyed models to your unit. Alright. And, boys, once they finally get to a place, whether that be because of Tide of Muscle or whatever other mechanism you got them there with, you'll be surprised what happens, how much damage they do when they re-roll ones to wound, and possibly the entire wound roll. Okay, alright. We know Green Tide. We know that it requires boys, which are T5, 5-up save, 1 wound, 2 wounds on the boss knob. As battle line, that's sturdier than quite a few. Elves are 4, and my own bugs, 3. Yeah. So, T5, that means strength 4 weapons, looking at wounding on 5s. For 20 models, annoying as hell. If you didn't bring the appropriate weapon profile, we know how tough boys can be to get rid of when they have T5 and a 5-up invulnerable save in the pocket. Okay, cool. We also know we can make it a little bit more frustrating by adding pain boys, to which now the unit gets a 5-up feel no pain on top of everything. 5-up feel no pain. 5 up invulnerable save, T5, 20 bodies. There's no way it could get any more annoying than this for your opponent, could it? I think it can. What if we bring some buggies? I understand people know that buggies aren't what they used to be. I also tell you, I wasn't here for that. So, this will be my time of trying to make buggies do a thing. However, I also understand how easy it is to overlook things in your own codex that are lying in wait because it isn't what you thought it was, what it used to be, and other people have things that are better. Ever since I've made my Power of Horse and Barb Guns video titled Kinda Emulators and Night Spinners, I like to look at other factions of what they have. A lot of people will argue that armies are kind of similar in 10th edition where they seem to have about the same tools more or less across the board, but others do it maybe better or worse. The Boomdacker Snazwagon reminds me of my Maliceptor. Okay? Within 6 inches of an attack, within 6 inches of the model, attacks are -1 to hit, right? You subtract 1 from the hit roll. This, for the Boomdacker Snazwagon, excludes monsters and vehicles. However, it's only 80 points. Maliceptor, 170, better defensive profile, better offensive profile, and if the unit is under half strength when it's around it, -1 to wound as well. I'll say all that. But for 80 fucking points, you are getting a T7 body with a 4-up save, 6-up invulnerable, so you will always get a save, 9 wounds, with movement of 12 inches. And it has an assault weapon, so even if you do advance, you still can fire something. Hell, it even has rapid fire 4 and sustained hits 1, right? So, it is fine. If you're taking Storm Boys for, let's make sure, right, 65, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to say for 15 more points, you can bring a T7 body with 9 wounds and subtracting 1 to hit. And again, because we're talking about Green Tide, yeah, that aura of -1 to hit, trying to lift things like 20 boys with a 5-up invuln and a 5-up feel no pain, yeah, can be kind of fucking annoying. And I get it. You might not want to take buggies. You say, I'm good with my Storm Boys being 65, but let me tell you a tale, okay? Us over in Tyrannage, once our gargoyles went up to 85 points, we started to appreciate Hormagaunts that we bring for 65 that have advanced in charge and are, well, a 10-inch move. So for 15 more points and 1 less wound, technically, right? 1 less wound, but for over twice the toughness and 2 more inches, I think you better count your blessings, especially when it has the grenades keyword on top of that. So, I think it's time, or I get it. I get it. It's hard to sell you on the fact that for close to 100 points, you can bring something that can debuff. But what if I told you you can also double down and apply this -1 to hit debuff for when things want to target your boys that have a 5-up feel no pain and a 5-up invulnerable. Custom booster blaster, 75 points, right? Assault on the thing that matters. Okay? Same defensive profile as the Boomdacker Snazwagon. Custom booster blaster in your shooting phase. Just after this model has shot, select one enemy unit hit by 1 or more of those attacks made with a rivet cannon. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy unit is suppressed. While a unit is suppressed, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Warp spiders are a thing that get taken to do things, Raveners, all of these things because they teleport and yada yada yada. Now, there's only one way to teleport. Well, technically two. I have covered a second way to teleport in the Orc Codex, right? And you're also bringing that in this one, because guess who can lead the boys as well? Alright? A weird boy. So there's the jump. Where am I going with this? Cult of Speed is about controlling the board per se. Green of Tide, I said Green of Tide. Green Tide is also about controlling the board per se. You have the option for one unit to be hopping around, or I guess technically, when it needs to, right? Other units to be hard to get rid of. And other things with a 12-inch move getting you points wherever else it needs to be. Because I don't know how many things are picking up T7, 4 up save, 6 up invuln, 9 wounds in one fell swoop. Just like that, right? If I dedicate an Exocrine to getting rid of one custom booster blaster that might have suppressed me, that's something that's not shooting your boys. All of your boys. So, I should also mention that these don't stop, right? One custom booster blaster can do it, but so can 2 or 3. This ability doesn't say, only one unit with this ability. It says, in your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks made with a rivet cannon. If you have 3 rivet cannons, 6 shots, you just need to hit at least 1 5 up. -1 to hit on ranged attacks. And boom, dack of snash wagons. You bring 3 of these bad boys. That's 3 auras of 6 inches that are -1 to hit your pain boy unit, maybe your weird boy unit of 20 boys. T5, 5 up invuln. Yeah. Oh, and thanks to Grot Orderly, once per battle coming back, if you didn't already feel like you needed come on lads, right? Maybe you just did come on lads first. You need to regen even tougher. 75 points, mind you, 75 points. Okay? For 75 points, I get a squad of Raveners, 3 melee warriors, 5 Gene Stealers. You can also get a Hexmark Destroyer for 70. A Hexmark Destroyer for 70. Yeah, Deep Strikes and has blown up. That's where that party stops, okay? For 75 points, I think I can take some buggies for their points value to one. The other thing that people get kind of worked up about is how many points they want to invest to score points, okay? What I've learned from the Psychophage and the Canoptic Reanimator is that if it's something that is just standing still, getting me points while having a second effect, that is an aura or whatever it may be, yeah, I'm willing to do that trade every time. Psychophage is 95, the Reanimator is 75. Okay? Yeah, you can stand over there, absorb some fire, so that the things that I don't want to get shot don't get shot. And make it easier for me to exist with those things by subtracting hit rolls wherever I need them. And now you'll notice that there's one more tab open. And you'll be like, Mister, you already lost me. I'm not taking fucking buggies in 10th edition. Well, good news. It's not a buggy. It's something that you already are taking. Battle Wagon. For 160 points, it'd be hard not to mention the Battle Wagon. You can put all your orc models for your boys unit because, of course, when you have 20 boys, you can attach 2 leaders. One is the war boss. So yeah, +1 to hit because of the war boss for your boys. Boom, 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 boom. Extra attacks on the wall during the turn that you call a wall. Yada yada yada. 5 upfield, no pain. -1 to hit 2. Yeah, you can put them in some battle wagons while you're wondering how you're escorting everything. And also, you could go ahead and put on the art case. Because are we really trying to use the firing deck ability with the boys? Probably not. The battle wagon also has ramshackle but rugged. Each time an attack is allocated to this model, worsen the AP characteristic of that attack by 1. It has a 3-up save and a 6-up invuln. And did I mention that it's T10 but it goes up to T12 with the art case? 16 wounds, 160 points. So, when you stop taking battle wagons, right? Or you stop taking the boom deck and snaz wagon, you have battle wagon. You can take 2 boom deck and snaz wagons for the price of a battle wagon. And vice versa. 1 battle wagon is the cost of 2 boom deck and snaz wagons. I repeat that just so you can understand that, sure, it's some points, but if we're just going on a wound to wound basis, you get 2 more wounds out of 2 boom dagger snaz wagons and battle than 1 battle wagon. Admittedly, can't transport, but you're subtracting hits. And also, this isn't just to protect your boys. Ah, see what I did there? Yeah. -1 to hit, -1 to hit, -1 AP. Huh. Now, the battle wagon, you're not turning to do the utmost amount of damage, but it's no slouch either. You put all this together, you have something absolutely annoying as hell to try to get off the table. We're looking at some battle wagon spam. We're looking at some buggy spam. And we were already looking at boy spam. Good luck getting everything off the table before you score a bunch of points and maybe even slap some people down with whatever need to be. So just to show what the points are, this is not a list I recommend. This is just the scratch work of it for a visual aid. If you were to take 3 pain boys, 60 boys, 3 battle wagons, 2 boom deck and snaz wagons, and 2 custom booster blasters, you have 1,510 points out of 2,000. You have 490 points left for whatever you want to do. Double up on the buggies again, right? Let's just, for visual aid, put another one of each so we can see what that looks like. 335 points left. Let's add in the war bosses because you do have the ability to do so. 1, 2, 3. 140 points left. What I imagine is you're probably putting Gretchen. And hell, let's go with 2 squads of Gretchen. So you can hold field and get points on that too. Now, you don't have enough for Zodgrod, if I remember correctly. Epic Hero. Yeah, you don't have enough for Zodgrod. But maybe you say, well, I might as well just make the board full of more things for people to have to try to shoot off the board. I also didn't include the the weird boy, excuse me. Got 20 points left. So maybe you fix that around. But just for the sake of it, good luck punching these things off. And again, we were already playing Green Tide, so we weren't necessarily worried about doing damage per se. It does add up when there's 20 people beating your ass with reroll wounds. It does add up. But also, they have decent enough weapons on here. Okay? Decent enough that you're still chipping away for whatever it is you wanted. So yeah, this is just an idea. Just an idea. But maybe Car Garage, Turbo Tide. I don't know what I'm calling this yet. Whatever is on the thumbnail, maybe that's what we did. But yeah, there's a lot of green, and it's looking pretty mean. So, if you like the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.